Are you struggling to create some consistent habit? You've tried, but you failed. Well, this is going to be the right video for you because this is going to be day 64 of consistently helping people build consistent habit. Hi, my name is Lakhana and I'm going to help all of us to actually build some consistent habit, right? So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the concept of why we should write the habit that we actually want to create on a paper. But firstly, I want to say thank you. Thank you for caring about your life, because if you actually want to change your life to the better through implementing some new good habits, I actually really do appreciate that. Okay, so actually, why should we write our habit in a paper, right? Let's say we are going to make a habit of consistently studying for 30 minutes every single day, right? Why we should actually just write that down on a paper instead of just saying it verbally. Okay, so why we should just say it verbally and write it down on a paper, right? So two reasons actually. Firstly, we need to materialize the idea, right? Because when we actually write that down and actually say it, we are creating some sense of rules, some kind of rules, right, to ourselves, and it's there on the material world, right? Well, like, I mean, when we actually just write it down, we could actually like stick it to anywhere. Like we could like print it and stuff. You get my point, right? Actually, this is a bad point. I'm actually just going to go to the second point though, because the first point is kind of bad and I kind of executed pretty badly. But you know, for, the second reason is the most important, because we need to memorize. We really need to memorize and having able to have a clear grasp of what the habit really is. Because here, some of you might say, well, I'm a man of my words, right? I can remember my words. I can hold to my words, right? Okay, but how precise is it going to be, right? Because when we are trying to build a habit, we need to create a system based on it. Okay, so it's not that we say that, oh yeah, I'm going to be studying for 30 minutes every single day. We need to actually create the plan. What if in some particular day we cannot do that particular habit, right? Because in some days, let's just be realistic, right, guys? If you want to stay in the long run, there are going to be days when we are not going to be able to do the habit. For example, like when we are heavily sick, or like we are really feeling not well, our body really feeling not well and stuff, right? So on those days, or like something emergency happen in our life, right? On those days, it's actually better for us to actually not to the habit to actually just take some rest, right? So when we write the habit down on the paper, when we write it down on the paper, we could actually create these rules, right? So we can write that, oh yeah, I'm going to study for 30 minutes every single day. Oh yeah, in some days, like just in case I'm sick, or like something emergency happen, I'm allowing myself not to do the habit. And also we could also add some additional stuff, right? Like, oh yeah, if I do my stuff, I will reward myself with playing video games for 10 minutes. If I, and then like we can also specify the time frame that we are going to do it. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to do it every 5 a.m. But if at 5 a.m. I couldn't actually do the habit that day, that time, I will do it at 5 p.m. something like that. So we actually, when we write it down, we create a plan, right? And sometimes the plan is just way too much to just memorize. Okay, so that's why we need to actually write it. Okay, so when we just memorize it verbally, we might forget it one day, right? But and we might, what do you say, kind of, we could have some deviation, in the way when we actually just memorize it verbally. Like, for example, if our first commitment is, let's just say, oh yeah, I'm going to study for 30 minutes every single day, and then one day, or like, let's say 1 month after it, you kind of say like, oh yeah, hey, did I say that it's okay to actually not to do the habit if I get sick in some particular day? Well, I think I said it, or did I say it? So when we actually just write it down on the paper, we could memorize every single thing very precisely, right? Because it's down there on the paper, And yeah, I think that's from me for today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye bye. You could also support me on Coffee. Bye bye.